everybody, it's day 64 and today is faux envelopes. I'll put a couple of links below. Rachel does a really lovely one on her 100 days and she has links to Gail Agostinelli. So what I thought I would do was just get a couple of things ready, and from what I'm watching, the idea is that you're just using an envelope as a base, but you can open out these folds. So I've pre-prepared a couple just in the interest of not being super long. And I've glued this down and I've cut a little hole here to make this a pocket, because this will fold over. And when you lift it up, you'll be able to get to the pocket. One of the things I wanted to do before sticking any of those down, I thought I'd like to use the index out of my little poetry book that I've been slowly ripping up. I thought I'd like to use the index on my inside. I'm trying to make it a little bit uniform. I'm finding that with the 100 days I'm going often on the spur of the moment, super fast. There's nothing wrong with that and I quite enjoy it. However, it's nice to sometimes also be a bit organised, be a bit prepared ahead. So this is what you're going to need. A couple of pages of index pages or whatever you want, an envelope. You can pre-cut it and have a hole punch ready. These I've made these fit in, so if you wanted to you can have room for distressing. So there'll be one there, one here, or depending on if you're left or right-handed and which way you prefer it, I've just cut a little disc to stick on to have as a flap, so you'll be able to open them up like that. This is going to come down over here. What I've also got, so if you're wanting to gather some things and do this along, I've also got, this is that very fine cheesecloth and I'm going to use this as my joins. So let's start with decorating the backs of these. Hope everyone's doing well today. Today in Melbourne we've found out, well, my flatmate has found out that she's having to work remotely from home now till the 19th of August. So our lockdown's been given a later date than first thought. I think it's likely that the schools will probably be closed for probably most of this year, I imagine. So what that means is, for us, I'm going to have to pack the jigsaw up off the table, I think, and yeah, it's a bit harder because if she works in the lounge it's like conference calls and it's quite invasive into the space. So, you know, there are things we might need to work out about that. And of course, I'm lucky I'm working upstairs, so It's not too bad, just knowing when I can and can't go downstairs and whether I'm invading her space. Oh, I think I'll do it that way. Yes, so I would like to say I'm in a Facebook group, and there's lots of people from Melbourne in that group. So I'm thinking I might have to do a bit of a shout out in that group and say, hey, crafting people, let's chat. One of the things that's coming out is that the COVID, some of the autopsies that are coming out are that blood isn't, there's lots and lots of blood clots. And, you know, as someone who's had 2 TIAs and really tries to watch my health, the fear is quite real for me. For people who are just saying it's not real or whatever, in this instance, that is actually quite real for me. If my body has a higher level of recovery for, you know, stuff to do with blood-related stuff, then there's definitely a bit of a worry. However, what I'm really not liking is the whole dob in a person kind of scenario, and you know, just that hatred around the world is just really terrible. We don't need it. On top of everything, we don't need it. That's my thought. Trying to work out how to get this one right. Actually, I'll probably stick some extra stuff on so it doesn't matter if it's a bit shorter. Yes, so let's just not forget that there are people who are higher risk, and that, you know, sometimes they're scared. Like, there are just days where they're a bit worried about the whole thing. And I know that lots of people in the rest of the world have already been going through this, so it's no news to you lot. But in Australia, we've kind of almost managed to avoid it, and till now we're next in line. We're the next little outbreak. little outbreak. Well, we're getting 200 cases a day, and I don't know. For other countries who are having and who have had many more cases a day, that probably doesn't seem like too much to anyone. But it is every day, and it's scary when you're in a hot, when it's in an area that you're actually in, and we just have no idea what's happening in the future. I've got no idea. So we've got we've had to come up with a plan of action. We've got, my flatmate will pick up things from the shop if I need them. She'll come home and change her clothes, have a shower, etc. And I just reckon I'm not going out anywhere. And as a free spirit, as some of you might know, that's really difficult for me. There we go. First off, let's look at, this is going to go this way. It's going to go like this. Now I'm going to use Fabric Fix for this, so it has a really quick grip. So I'm going to put a bit along here and a bit along here, because I can always add a bit more after. Just I want to leave a little gap. There we go. Oops, not that big a gap. Okay, so that's going to go under there. Now, before I do any more, I want to use this to distress some edges. Definitely want to distress the edge of this so as it's easy to see when you shut and close the outer bit. just this bit. Now I'm using olive green, and I'm using olive green because I felt it went nicely with this rather than a brown. I just thought I'd be a little bit more colourful today. Okay, there is a way up with these papers, so this is going to be that side and this is going to be this side. Okay, so that's like that. Okay, so now you've got, don't want to do that too much, these little fold outs. So I want to decorate in here. So cute. And I was thinking I might use one of my little printables. See if I can match this colour. I always like to, when I've just made a new printable, I always like to have a bit of a go. That'll blend in. Have a bit of a go with it on something that I'm making. I'm going to distress the top of this especially because that's going to be a little harder to do when it's stuck down. Now I kind of cut a doily, so I think I'll glitter glue it down because I've got a finer point with that to get. Doilies are so difficult. Difficult doily. How's that for a name of a band? The Difficult Doily Band. Now I've got a little card that I want to stick in here. I thought it went nicely, it's in the toning. just can write on the back of it. And what I thought was I might just use a bit of this offcut. As a, you know, little tag thing to help get it in and out. Just eyeballing the middle. There we go. That kind of covers up a bit of the orange. The other day I made this, I was just mucking around and it was just sitting there, and I thought maybe it would be good to put in on one of these. Alright, so this side's the one that I haven't had much on the bottom, so that can go there, as luck would have it. There we go. This was just some a page with some old pattern tracing paper from a sewing pattern and a bit of washi. Actually, washi doesn't really, that washi doesn't really match, but anyway, this one might. Alright, so we've got fake front, which when you open it, there's a little tuck spot. This, a little tuck writing spot. Let's close it up properly. Just see. Okay. It's a really nice little bee here that I'd like to put on. If I can find the edge. Oh, it's a St. Bernard. How cute is he? Let's put him on. Little St. Bernard. And let's put him on straight. What's the next one? Oh, a deer. Love deers. Have to put it on because I love deers. There we go. These are little washi tape stamps that I think are so cute. There's a possibility I might sew along these edges to secure them a bit more, and obviously like this could be stuck down in a journal depending on the size of your journal. So many things you might want to do with this, or you could just stick it in a pocket, or as Gail said on her video, you could just post it to someone as a little gift, little ephemera gift. How cute. Okay, that's day 84. We're whipping through them now. Woo! Okay, I will see you tomorrow. Bye.